So basically this farm bill contains 3 bills in itself. The first one is the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Bill 2020. The second one is the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Service Bill 2020. And the third is the Essential Commodities Amendment Bill 2020. So the first bill, it says that it allows barrier-free intra and interstate trade of farm produce. Like if the farmer is growing his crops in Maharashtra, then he can sell his crops to any other state by e-agriculture. Like there is no foundation. Like he can sell his crops anywhere in the country. And the second point is like previously farm produce was sold at notified wholesale markets that are called mandis, or it's called by other names in different states, like it's called Bazaar Samiti in UP and Bihar. So it was run by basically 7,000 agriculture produce marketing committees that are called APMCs. And third point is that each APMC had licensed middleman who would buy from the farmers at price set by auction before selling to institutional buyers like retailers and big traders. So what happened is that these farmers used to take their crops to these mandis, and there was auction going on. Like some middlemen would say that I will buy your crop for 20 rupees, and the other would say that I will buy it for 30 rupees. So like whatever would be favorable for the farmer, he would sell it to them. That used to happen. And the change what happened is that farmers can eliminate middlemen. Like now they are not required to go to the mandis. They can sell their produce to private companies directly. Like there is no any middle route in between. Like that's the case right now. That's mentioned in this bill that is going to change. So farmers can eliminate middlemen and sell directly to institutional buyers at prices to be agreed between them. And second is, however, farmers group are worried this exposes them to corporates who have more bargaining power and resources than small or marginal farmers. So the thing is that now when there is no middleman, then we are like 85% of farmers in India are small or landless farmers, right? That owns less than 1 hectares of land. So it will be difficult for them to negotiate directly with the large buyers. Like suppose if there is Lay's company, then he would be buying potatoes from large farmers, right? He won't be going for small farmers who would sell like 100 kgs of potatoes. He wants produces in huge, and that's why he would be looking for large farmers. So this will make difficult for the small or middle farmers to like sell their produces. And it will affect them. Like they will be like, if they wanted to sell it for somewhat higher, but whatever the other person would be saying, they will have to sell it to them because they got no other choices, because there is no government securities over them now. So farmers' objections are like alternate private mandi will lead to ultimate closure of existing APMC mandi. So now we are having APMC mandi that is owned by state government. But now what will happen when there will be privatization? Alternate private mandis will come, and it is said that the middlemen will remove, but it won't. It will come in private sectors, like these private mandis, and there will be these middlemen in these private mandis in spite of that government APMC's mandis. So middlemen will be still there, and removal of geographic restriction, like small farmers may find it difficult to avail potentially better price at markets further away because of constraints on travel and storage. Like suppose if you're small farmers, then it will be difficult for you to send to take your crops to another state. Like there will be expenses on transportation and then living there, and you're not having much produce that you will gain very much after selling them. And the state government says that like if private buyers start purchasing directly from farmers, they will lose out on taxes that are charged at mandis. So as I said, APMC mandis are owned by state government. So they used to charge taxes, which help them in getting their expenses, basically. So the potential scrapping of mandis endangers the job of millions who work there. Obviously, like if there is mandis, there are thousands of people including the middlemen, they will be losing their jobs. Second bill is contract farming. Contract farming, that is basically farmer agreement on price assurance and farm service bill. So this law allows farmers to enter into agreement with agri firms, exporters or large buyers to produce a crop for a pre-agreed price. Like suppose if the farmer is growing something, then before he's even sowing his seeds, he would make an agreement with the private companies that the company would say that, okay, I will buy your product, your crops at MRP something like at rupees 25 when it's done, when it's all harvested and everything is done. Okay, so this is a pre-agreement that is done in contract farming. So this will happen now. This bill 2 says. Farmers are worried this means that MSP will be removed, no government control over prices. Like Modi ji is saying that MSP will be there, but his the committees of BJP and the government, like there is contradiction. Someone is saying that it won't be there, and Modi ji has said in his speech that MSP will not be removed. So these farmers are demanding that we are required to have MSP, and we require this MSP to get linked to contract prices. Like suppose if MSP is rupees 25 and like MSP give you an assurance, like if there is a rise in the price in the market, that like if the same crop is being sold at 50 afterward, then you are not bounded that you have to sell it at rupees 25 MSP. You can go to the market and sell it. But if there is like contract farming, then you had made the contract before. You had told to the company that you will sell these crops to that company only at rupees 30. And if the market price is 50, then that farmer will be incurring loss. So that's not good for the farmers. So they are demanding that MSP to get linked to contract prices. So they get an assurance that they won't incur loss afterward if the market prices rises. Bill 3 is hoarding, like storage. So the Essential Commodities Bill proposes to allow economic agents to stock food articles freely without the fear of being prosecuted for hoarding. So now what happened is that all the companies, they can store all the crops in a godown. And like earlier it was a crime, and they were charged for that. Like they were taken to jail. Like this was not, that was illegal act to store crops before. But now they are saying that it will be free. Like you can store your crops anywhere, any much, and there is no restriction unless there is drought or any other condition like war. Then you cannot have that storage. And second point is like unlimited stocking can lead to artificial price fluctuations and low prices for farmers after harvest. If they are having so much of stockage, then they will say that I will not release my crops right now when there is price 20. I will just put it in the godown, and when the prices rises up to 40, then I will release all of the crops from my godowns. So this will make the situation difficult even for the common people, and not just the farmers. So demands of farmer organizations are that these acts are more favorable towards the companies and not legally empowering the farmers. And so they want to strengthen the MSP. MSP should be made a legal right. Like currently, procurement is not done of all the 20 plus crops for which MSP is declared, but it is not. Only 2 to 3 crops that are the basic crops like wheat and rice, they are being sold, like they are being bought by the government at MSP. And so APMC reforms are needed, not its removal. Like the government is trying to remove it completely, but we need reforms in it and not its removal. And the middleman will not go away. It will come in private sector, like previously it was having in APMC mandis, but now it will come into these private mandis. And investment in agriculture sector must be from government and not private sector. That's government is trying to do. Like he is trying to get rid of all the agriculture sector. But this forms the base of our country, right? Yes, guys. Now we can have a discussion upon it. Welcome, Adil.
Hi Adil.
Hi Adil. Hello.
Hi everyone. Hi.
Yes, Damni.
Aman.
Damni, you have explained totally everything in this speech, and
Yes, Rashid.
an article I have read, but it was not so long and so diversified. But you have told me all
Did
the.
you guys get an idea like about what it is?
Yes, we got it, and
Okay.
because I was only reading on the point of view of BJPs, so it was the article like that. But you have explained here everything like pros and cons. So now we
Yes,
can have a
yes, Rashid.
debate over this.
Uh, you can put your opinion.
So according to you, like whatever you have said,
Yeah.
I think it's not good because, as you are saying, like the state governments were taking the benefits earlier, and they were the APMC's market.
Yes, yes, sir.
But now, what will happen? Private sector or big firms will be there, and they will take the commissions and everything, and more intermediaries will come, and they
Yes,
will gain
yes.
the benefit. So I think it will create something. I think mayhem or uh, you can say uproar, and yeah, small farmers I think will face more challenges. Like they will be like they will have to sell their crops anywhere and at any price. If there will
Yes,
not be any MSP, MSP should be there. It's very
it's
important.
required.
Yes, it's required. But even then, they are saying Modi ji saying, and one agriculture minister is also saying like they will also support the MSP. The MSP will also be there. And
Yeah.
one more thing, like you are saying, the hoarding of the crops,
Yes, yes.
hoarding of crops. So there are something that I think they release and they accept those things like pulses and oil seeds, edible oils, onion, potatoes. These are the things that is not under these Essential Commodities Act. So
Okay, okay.
so these are the things they cannot hoard. I think, but there are more things. There are more grains that should not be in this list, like wheat and rice. So these are the also important things we should.
Yes.
So I think overall we can say if government is saying like MSP will be there, and if it would be there, so it's good, and if it is not
Yes.
there, then they are doing great job.
Very great.
What others
And
opinion?
you, and you know what? Like only 6% of farmers were able to use this MSP thing before till now, because there was this corruption in these FCI godowns. Like whenever they used to go and say that I have came to like sell my crop, they used to say that we are not having space, and they used to, so these farmers were forced to sell their crops in the private market through these middlemen at the rate of rupees 10, suppose. Okay, and now these FCI officers would go to these private markets and they used to buy these crops for rupees 12 or 15, whatever they
I
used.
have heard this.
Okay, yeah, so they were basically corrupt, and they like earned a profit of almost, if MSP is 25, then they used to earn a profit of almost 10 rupees.
Right.
And even the farmers were not able to earn that much profit for their own crops.
There is one loopholes that I can say, like if a government employee is doing something bad to you, so you can't challenge them. But a private man, if doing, there is middleman and who is taking benefit advantage of farmers, so at least farmers can make a case over them
Yes,
and
yes.
FIR.
Hmm.
But in case of if there is any government employee or government authority and who is misappropriating you, in that case
Yeah,
you can't
then-
challenge them.
Yeah, basically they are not answerable to anybody.
Yes,
They just do whatever they want to.
yes.
Hmm.
Put your opinions, guys. Everyone, unmute yourself.
So, how many times I will get?
Some range, whatever time you want to take. Because,
Okay. So, can I start?
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Okay. Agriculture is the primary source of livelihood for over 60% of India's population. Considered as the backbone of the country, leading economists have always advocated for farmers-friendly policies to boost the economy and GDP. But from time to time, farmers in India have been at the receiving end of many government policies, so they cannot get the proper benefit. And in India, we produce huge amount of food grains and food products, but at the same time, farmers are not eating. Sometimes they are eating in a day one or twice. So there are three audiences. Initially, there are three audiences that comes through the president's ordinance. Then after that, it will come into the act. First is farmer. First one is the farmers, the produce, trade and commerce, promotion and facilitation audience 2020. So what is this and what is the benefit of this? First one is the trade of farmers' produce. Second one is electronic trading. Third thing is market fee abolition. Second act says that the farmers' empowerment and protection agreement on the price assurance and farm service ordinance 2020. First point is the farming agreement. Second is the pricing of farming produce,
MSP.
and third one is the dispute settlement. So I think farmer agreement, Daminiji has rightly said, and price of farming produce also
Comrades,
said.
I think third one
So-
is the Essential Commodities Amendment Act.
No. Dispute settlement. If there is two agreement, then agreement means there is possibility to dispute. So if there is a dispute, so how we settle this dispute? So I will explain this one, okay?
Okay.
So what is a dispute settlement? A farming agreement must provide for a conciliation board as well as the conciliation process for the settlement of dispute. If the dispute remain unsolved by the board after 30 days, parties may approach to the sub-divisional magistrate for resolution. Parties will have a right to appeal to an appellate authority presided by collector or additional collector against decision of the magistrate. Both the magistrate and affiliated authority will be required to dispute of a dispute within 30 days from the receipt of application. They may impose certain penalties on the party contravening the agreement, and why there is redressal sale, there is a reason behind that also, because if the farmers are, if there is a dispute arise and farmers go to the court, then it will take a long process and the farmer cannot concentrate on their farming. That's why there is another thing that's introduced through this bill, that's the redressal sale. And third act is the Essential Commodities Amendment and Ordinance. First point, I can say regulation of food items. Second thing is, we can say stock limit, and there is also a exceptional clause there. So what is, some people are opposite this bill, this particular bill, but I think this is good. Why government think this is good, and why government try to enact this bill? There is a reason behind that. So what happened? In our countries, onion, pulses and oil seeds and some other things, sometimes in the seasonal time their price is very low, but in the non-seasonal time the price is very high. So there is a price deficit, we can say. So if what happened previously, The market or the stockists cannot buy more product because there is a limit. If the products is under the Essential Commodities Act, then there should be a limitation that you cannot store this. There is a limitation that if it is an essential commodities, then you have to buy this. If you stock more, then it will be create a offense or penalty or something. So that's why the stockist cannot buy more product, and sometimes farmer just sell their potato or something 5 rupees. But at that same time, or at that present time, it is the 30 rupees, 40 rupees, 50 rupees. So to reduce that, this bill is enacted. And what is the criticism of this particular bill? Daminiji also rightly said that the farmer are not aware of that fact, and I also had a rate that 64% people are not aware of the mandis also. They even not heard the name of mandis, and very less people know about this. And this bill totally good, but when it's come to implementation, it is not absolutely good. And the every government try to bring this issue before the election, and it is the I can say it is the tool of winning election or something. It will not help the farmers in a large scale. Thank you.
No, thank you, Samresh. You
Yes.
mentioned almost all the things.
Yes,
And
Samresh.
the first that you said, I was not even aware of that bill. I
Sub,
didn't mention it, I guess.
yes, sub bills. There are so many bills under the each and every act
Yeah.
that I was also not aware.
Anyone else who wants to speak on this topic and put out his views?
Mithilesh ji, Adil,
Adil, Mithilesh,
Pragati, Meghna,
and Meghna. Yeah. Meghna is
Samsul.
she's still here.
Aman, you please put your video.
What, Mithilesh ji?
Yes, Mithilesh.
Yes, Mithilesh ji, you can.
Aman, are you saying Aman?
Hmm?
Okay.
Mithilesh, your voice is cracking.
Okay, he's requesting to Aman. Aman, if you want to speak,
Okay.
you can unmute and speak.
Aman was been cooking.
Where are you?
Is he free now? Okay.
Go.
Anybody? Nikesh?
Hello guys, actually, honestly speaking, I don't have much knowledge about this all topic, but as far as I can like sense and I was listening attentively to all of you guys, so I can just manipulate something
Yeah, okay.
and try to express my opinion on that. Yes, actually, this act what came is really good, and the thing is that these all rules and the regulation. Like you know guys, many farmers used to have the loan from the banks and they used to farm, right? The thing is that and because they were not able to repay the bank and the money whatever they were not able to repay because of that you know like many farmers were committing suicide and are committing suicide. But the thing is that these all act and the rule regulation what has happened, and it will really help. It will be really very helpful, and
So, Nikesh, how do you think that it will help them? Private sectors will exploit them now because there will be no protection from government side.
yeah, you are absolutely right. The thing is that yes, there is chances to be misused. I am totally agree with you. But the thing is that you know, like as you like someone mentioned, like there will be some government like buyer, right? So that
There used to be. Now the companies will, yeah, now the companies will buy properties. Yeah,
I'm really sorry. That means I didn't get you.
completely fine.
I don't have really any knowledge about this all.
Yeah, it's okay, Nikesh.
But the thing is that really, as far as I think that yes, like the suicide what was happening, and people have been more conscious about it, right? So the conclusion, the all rules is being made, and the discussion is being happen has been happening for a long time. So it's really good, and something should come out of this all thing and solve the problem. And I'm really sorry for this topic today, and definitely
It's fine. It's fine.
yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
You have spoken well, Nikesh, because if you don't know, you have spoken
Still
straight.
tried.
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
One should do that.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
Samsul.
Yes, Samsul.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
When your voice is breaking.
No, it's not. We can hear
We
you.
can hear you,
Hello.
Samsul.
Hello.
Samsul, we can hear you.
Aren't you able to hear us? Yeah.
Yeah, now I can hear you now. So I would like to add some point as per my knowledge. Actually, I didn't read. Actually, I totally forgot to this topic. But now I'm reading this. But I thought there is the bill is on favor of the farmer. That's good. But when it comes into the picture, we always saw the government didn't take the proper action against if there is any crime or something like that. So if you have PAN card, or so you can buy some goods from the farmer with some debt. But if there is any dispute, so you can't go directly in the court. You have to go magistrate. So that is the most important thing. That is the crucial point. Actually, there are so many big companies. They can manipulate our farming bills also. Not farming. They can manipulate the farmers. In the seasonal time, they can buy all the goods from the farmer because there is no restriction. But when price will be increasing, they will release all those things in the market, and they can make more profit. But the farmer didn't get any kind of profit. And
So it's not bad now, Samsul?
yes. As per my knowledge, it will be bill is good, but if it is if you saw if the bill is coming to the picture, so we will saw so many dispute. Actually, our politician also manipulated by our trade union or our big company. So and always try to this company manipulate to try to catch up the market, and they control over the market. So it is very much a bad thing for as a middle class family. So they will suffer more as well as the farmer. So the farmer don't have right. The farmer don't have any right because they can't go to the court directly. So and always government officer they do on favor of the government. Whatever the government give direction that they will do. So and that's why the farmer don't have any rights or any security is there. And the another thing, if you have PAN card, so you can buy some goods from the farmer. We know in India, so there are so many migrants who comes from the different another country, and they don't have proper document, but they make some false document and they make PAN card, and also they buy some goods in debt. After that, they can leave our country and they can go their own country. So that's why there is no solution. The government cannot take any action against the particular person. This is the most important thing as per my knowledge. Thank you. Actually, I don't have much knowledge. So I got
Thank you, Samsul. It was great. Like you still tried, and it was somewhat great.
Yes, Samsul, you have spoken very well.
Yes, guys, after listening to Damini and Samresh and you, Ashutosh and all, and actually I don't have any much knowledge on this, but
It's okay, Meghna. Whatever you would want to put up, go ahead.
yeah. But after listening to you, I can say that if they make more privatization, if this becomes privatization, then there will be a huge loss to the farmers because these private people are only for profit. There is no doubt in that because if there is any loss, the farmers can go to the prime minister, but they can't go to Ambani and like I got lost, so please take care of me. Yeah, like they are just business perspective, but government has a responsibility to take care of like farmers, but these companies don't have care for the farmers because they are just for their business. And if they are they won't see any benefit in this privatization, I feel. This is what I want to say.
Thank you, Meghna. It was nice. Yeah, you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Meghna,
Dhamini.
thank you for putting your opinion.
Yeah, sure.
And the government should think that agriculture.
Because we elect, we people elect, so government has a responsibility to take care of us.
But yeah, and it's lockdown agriculture only has survived. Yeah, our GDP and the
60% of the companies, countries GDP.
Yes, and still the government is taking it lightly and is getting rid of it. Basically,
See,
it's trying to
the
get rid of it.
government are like they are selling every treasure to these private people. Even in here Telangana also this government is having the plan to sell this electricity whatever it is to private. They want to make
Companies.
they want to sell.
I see.
There will be huge loss to common man only.
Yes, exactly. We will suffer.
Yeah.
Nobody else. Thank you, Meghna.
Thank you, Damini.
If we privatize all those things, whatever the central government have, or whatever the state government have, so we should not elect our representative. Actually, it will take more time and more money. So we have to spend more money on the purpose of election. So we can hire a prime minister, we can hire a chief minister. This is actual what I say. It's a joke. It's a kind of joke. So there is no right. If you prioritize all those things, so as a common people, you don't have any right
Yes.
on particular things. We can't raise your voice against. If there is any dispute, we can't raise our voice against them. It's like a company. So
Guys, there is
just
a
you are a
call coming from
yeah,
background.
just you are an employee. If you don't like to do, so you can do it. You can go outside. So this is type of job. So actually, we don't have much right. So it's actually we can't say it's a democratic country. So if you implement this, so there cannot be any right. So we can say it's a democratic.
Yes, Samson.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anybody else? Samresh, yes, you can.
Finish.
Yeah, I'm seeing like if anybody else wants to speak. Adil and Ragbi, Nikesh has said basically. Aman.
Yeah, Dominic. Actually, I'm not feeling well today. That's why I was.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. But still, like, if I'm
What
concerned,
happened?
actually my back is aching today, so I didn't get time to prepare and all. But as far as I know, the little knowledge I am having, I stand with the farmers because like
Yes, sir.
75% of the population is directly or indirectly dependent upon agriculture. And when with coming of this new bill, like farmers are feeling threat towards their economy, towards their agriculture. They are feeling they are feeling threat. So like I believe that no one is having the more knowledge about that particular thing, the one who actually do it. So if farmer is saying that like this bill is not good for them, they are feeling threatened with this bill.
Yeah, then
It should
there
be,
must be reason.
yeah, because like f- the whole of the country, I guess, the whole of the country is directly or indirectly dependent upon farmers.
Yes.
Because like you guys said that 60% of GDP is dependent upon agriculture. So we should keep this into our minds, and we should support farmers here. And the another thing is like that they have their genuine reasons for that. Like why are they opposing it? Like they are feeling that in upcoming time, not in upcoming time, these companies will create monopoly. Like they can like these companies are only the private sectors are only their only motive is to gain profit. So they will do every they will do every who can crook to make the prices make the prices less to buy the crops from them in less prices and sell it in high prices. So they won't take they won't take attention of the farmers. Like they won't care about them. Why? Like if they would be exploited, they only will care about their profit. So they will try to create monopoly in upcoming years. Like if the government is trying to assure the people, the farmers, that they won't be, but they will. And the another thing is like the dispute management. What the government is saying that they will be provide an opportunity to to overcome their disputes. But the thing is that the private sectors are more powerful, and like they have their whole legal team. No one can win. No one can win in front of them because they have high level of lawyers and all. So a poor farmer can't directly fight against
Sorry,
them.
then,
So yeah. So if like right now what matters is like we have to stand with the farmers, right? Like not every time a government can be and can be right. Like we have seen that government have already taken many bad decisions when like people supported at first those decisions, but they came out as a disaster. Like if we talk about GST, if we talk about demonetization and all. So we can't trust government right now. Like if they are assuring them that it is bad for them, we can't trust the government. And as we are seeing from past, the government is trying to make more privatization. So like now they are trying to privatize agriculture as well. Like I don't know, are they the representative of government or are they the representative of those private sectors?
That's a great point, Azir. Thank you.
Yes, Adil, it also shows government's incapacity or the potential that they can't handle the situation. That's why they are privatizing all the things.
Everything, yeah.
But one more thing, Adil, I have seen in West Bengal, especially when Mamata Banerjee did something as a private, something was earlier government, means in government handle, but when she did in private sector, so it was, and its condition had boosted. And Mithilesh ji will explain this better. He had seen this. So we can
There will be some chances, no? There will be some, like, it will boost some in some sectors, like we already discussed in that privatization topics. But here, when it comes to agriculture, like the farmers are feeling stressed, like we should stand with the farmers right now.
Yes, yes.
Like they have their genuine reasons, you know.
And it
They
is
don't
not
want they don't want it to be privatized.
yes. Okay.
Pragati.
Yes.
Speak something if you want to.
Okay, I will. First of all, big round of applause to you, Damini. You explained it really, really well.
Thank you, Pragati.
So, okay, the first thing that I will talk about is the Essential Items Act. I'm not getting its name. Sorry, but it allows you to hoard onions and goods. But what I feel is hoarding never helps. Like it will have a negative impact on supply and demand, and it will lead to inflation. So I don't get this bill. Like it just went above my head. And as for contract farming, what I feel is the idea behind the bill seems pretty good. Like it has its pros and cons. Like the current AMC, AMC structure needs reform because a lot of traders now form carter, which like they will decide a price that we will buy like from about 22 rupees per kilo from farmers, and then they form a carter, they form a sort of group. So then the farmers are like they have to sell them to at 22. They can't go anywhere else. So these APMC needs reforms, but at the same time allowing a corporate world to enter into agriculture seems little bit like what destructive. Like they will exploit farmer, that is for sure, but we can't overlook the positive impact it will have. Like they will have a contract, and it will like ensure that the farmer gets the price for their produce, like certain price for their produce. And like being a business student, I see that how the things work. I mean, the farmer will suffer loss if the market price is more than the contract that the contract defines, but they will benefit if the market price is less than the contract, what they have mentioned in contract. As for MSP and MSP issue, what I feel is government statement is something fishy. Like farmer are saying that we don't want you to abolish MSP, and the government is also like, yeah, we won't do that. You will get a fair price for your produce. But then the government said, now we will give you in writing, but we won't add that in bill. We won't add that in act. So that seems something fishy to me. Like, why are you not adding it? Why are you not adding it in act if you say that we won't abolish MSP? So that's all for, yeah.
Nice, Pragati. You concluded it basically.
Yes.
That was nice. Great.
Yes.
Thanks.
You can say yes, Pragati. You are really fluent and spoken very nicely.
Pragati always like mentions that Chris point, and she concludes it.
And this
I want to get that thing, but I'm like, okay, I just.
actually this topic suits Pragati at Pragati.
Yeah.
She is from business sector now.
Yes.
Yes.
She must have enjoyed this topic.
Yes, I have.
Now who is left speaking? Aman is left. Aman, are you done with cooking? Mitlesh is left too, na?
Yes, he's there.
Yeah, but I can't speak anything on this topic because I haven't prayed it.
Okay, it's okay, Mitlesh ji. Aman, would you want to?
So I can't prepare this topic now.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, that's fine.
So, I think Pragati has already concluded. So, Damni, you can
Yeah,
say.
Can I add something?
You can add something and we should.
Yes, you were adding points. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I forgot that.
Yes, yes, Samrit.
Okay. So what Aditi said, that is right, and I will bring some incident related to this bill. This bill is basically this bill is basically for two reports. One is called Swaminathan Commission report, another is Shanta Committee report. In Swaminathan Committee report, government set up a committee for resolution of farmers' problem in 2013 or 14. And what happened? Why they basically made this committee for why farmers are suiciding, and if they are taking loan from government banks or so many agencies. If there is drought or some natural disaster or natural calamities, how can they pay this loan and these types of things there? And they try to promote and set up a fair price. Let's say if the production cost is 100 rupees, then the farmer must have to pay 200 rupees and they will get 20 or 15% profit of the total things. So this is the Swaminathan committee said. And what happened in the picture, only one product get this thing. The product is barley and wheat and all these things are not getting this product. So since we are experiencing that government makes so much policies and it seems like very good or pretty, but when it comes to the implementation, it is very much poor. And in our country's context, I can say that law should be made more democratically, but it should be implemented dictatorially. That means these bills is made, I can say, dictatorially, because when it was initially it was a ordinance, there is less of discussion on the bill, and it is come through the president's ordinance. After that, when it will get the formalities and get signed by president, and then it is the act. But it should be more discussed in parliament so that this bill be more appropriate. And another thing I want to share that if that will be the privatized, then the farmer did not get a right access, because I think that farmer was not educated and they are not aware that if some companies goes to them and say you can sell this product at that price, they will agree definitely, because they have no other choice or other options and other knowledge. So if government's policy or government thinks that to promote farmers, then I think that government should educate farmers that if some problem arises, where they go, how can go, what should be help get from the government. If government's fair motto is to promote farmer, then government should need into consideration these things. And I think if the government can spreading more knowledge about this bill and try to educate farmers about this bill and some other issues, that will really help. Otherwise, just merely making a bill, it will create a chaotic situation, nothing else, and some hot debate or something, nothing else. I've ended.
Thank you, Samresh.
Yes, Samrit, thank you so much for ending this. It was really nice, Damini. You conducted it very well.
Samresh, actually, Samresh rightly said, yes. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
Samrit.
Someone told if our farmer would be educated, so they actually know the proper what are the bill, what are in the bill. So I think if our farmers would be educated, so they would not be a farmer, so they would be a teacher or lawyer or something like that.
I am saying that basic education, basic education is related to law.
They should know about the laws, act that they are facing against.
Yeah, it's rightly said. But even most of the MP or MLA in our country, so they are uneducated. So if they implement it, try to implement, actually they don't know what the government implement it. So even the It might be our president or it might be our prime minister. Don't know actually what are the actual thing in this bill.
Okay, so
But
Samsul, okay, please continue. Then I will.
okay, just I have mentioned it. I have mentioned it.
So you said that pharma MP and MLAs are uneducated. So if they make laws, then how can we expect fair implementation? Am I right? So I will try to contradict with these issues that MP and MLAs are not making laws. There is another commission.
That is the
They make
concern.
laws and there is certain based of certain report, that's why they are making laws, but MP and MLS they are just discussing pro and cons about the laws, and implementation the MP and MLS cannot implement. There is the executive, they implement, they execute. Okay.
And one more thing, Samsul, you have told now, like farmers should not be educated enough to, means if a farmer is farming, then he should not be educated, and there is no need to be educated to do a farming. So it's not important. A farmer can be educated, and farming is
And
not
it's
bad
not right
thing.
to say that farmer is not educated. Like, see, the lawyer is educated about his own field. A doctor is educated about his own field. And the same is in the case with the farmer. He is educated with, like, even though he is not having the degree, but he is educated.
Even I would love to farm but I don't have that much land that I can farm it.
That's great.
And that's the wrong concept actually. The farmers are uneducated. Like, they are educated in the same, way.
No, I'm saying most of the farmer are
I can understand, Samsul, you are talking about very small farmers, marginal farmers.
I'm not opposing you, Shamsul. I'm just giving my,
Opinion.
opinion.
Everyone has right to oppose.
Like,
It is very-
same like the media was questioning them, and the media, puppet media was questioning them, like, how are you able to how are you able to speak English, like, if you are farmers, like, why can't farmer be
Yes,
can speak English, like
The labor, the man was labor.
they are like, farmer can be educated as well. They can be rich people as well. Like, they were questioning them, how are you wearing, like, why are you wearing the pants, and t-shirts if you are a farmer? See,
They are
the
basically,
mindset.
yeah,
Yeah,
these are prejudice, I would say.
yeah.
Yeah.
They are trying to, they are trying to show, like, this, with the whole, this revolution which is created by farmers, like, it's null and void, but they are failing from every side right now.
Yeah.
Because every person is right now, like, the majority of people, like, despite of not being farmers, like, they are still supporting them.
Yes, Adil. So basically, we should get a rule where, like, MSP should be there, and it should be, like, made legal that if anybody buys crops at the rate of at less rupees an MSP, then that person should be, like, punished. It should be something like this. Like MRP, like, you cannot buy product less than MRP. Same
But
like
I think
that.
government cannot do this.
But it should be.
It should be,
farmers'
but
condition-
government cannot do this.
Farmers' condition will not improve if they are not going to do this. Okay, guys,
Yes.
should we end it now?
Yes, Damli, we should.
So I learned lot of things from this session and different aspect of this view from different people. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining.
Especially I have learned so
And the
many
farmers
things.
are more dependent on mandis in Punjab and Haryana in comparison to rest of the states. And when we see that the mandis are there, like the farmer, the condition of farmers in Punjab and Haryana is far more stable than the other rest of the states in our country.
Because Adil, they are the hub of the all the farmings, and green
if we
revolution
see the
has happened there.
if we if we see the क्या बोलते हैं उसको the rice rice किस में आता है kgs per like 50 kgs, like 100 kgs of rice, like it costs rates of rice, 100 kg of rice costs 800 in other states like Bihar and all, but in Punjab it costs 1800. Like see the difference. Like the condition of farmers is far more stable in these two states because of the mandis and the
Because Punjab and Haryana leading producer of wheat.
No, like if they are producing more, like
That's why.
if they are where
As we know that guys, farmers are also called Annadata. That's why I want to support farmers, and I am supporting farmers.
Yes, Mithilesh ji. They are basically feeding us.
Yes.
Anything else,
I
Adil?
think everybody should support farmers.
Yes.
Yeah, English. Okay, then good night, guys.
Okay, Damni.
Yes, Mithilesh
Thank you,
ji.
Damni ji, for conducting today's meet.
Yeah, thank you for joining.
Yes, Damni.
And today's meet was wonderful.
Thank you, Damni, for such a nice talk.
And I learned lots.
Thank you, all of you.
Yeah, I learned lots of things on this topic. And thanks for that.
We had been waiting for this type of meeting for a long time.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Yes, Ashutosh. Good night. Good night. Bye.